Out to all the producers that mess with, make sure one of y'all had them 808s. But most of them, majority of them, they, especially Valona, she like the 808 sound. Like she she's from Jersey, so Florida and Jersey, we got like that same sound, that same like when it comes to like certain beats and stuff like that, like we got that same vibe. Because like I tell people, she's still from the East Coast. It's more lyrical.
Yeah.
Down here we lyrical, but we more up tempo with it. We more like we need to dance to it. You feel me?
We need the dance. We need the hype.
Yeah.
We need the ad-libs. Like I don't know if you noticed, but like really, like I'm not very big on ad-libs.
No, yeah, I can tell.
Like I don't know, for some reason it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like that's extra stuff that like if it's needed, then yeah. But I mean, personally, I don't really care for them. Like I've noticed that when I was making the project, like we would go and my engineer would be like, "You want ad-libs?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I'm good."
All right, so earlier we missing Drake. I'm gonna say the top 5 rappers, for later. You seen what he have done for the city the last couple weeks. What you think about that?
Me personally, okay, Drake is like my man crush every day. Okay, like, and this was since the grass still came with me. He was Jimmy.
Yeah.
But no, like me personally, like I always feel like everybody kind of has like this patronizing thing towards Drake just because he's open about his emotions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, like he has a really good heart, and it's just like the fact that the way he treats his mom, and just like the respect that he has for like as far as like what he shows for the women and his fans, and just like what he's done in general, like he's done a lot within a few weeks than what a lot of like local Miami rappers who've kind of like blown up has done since they've blown up. And it's crazy because he's not even from here.
Now we get into the juicy part, but I want you to finish about Drake.
He's not even from here. This man's from Canada. He's from Toronto. Mm-hmm. But coming up in his career, he did mention that he was always in Miami because mainly that's where he would come out, do a lot of his production. Yeah. So basically, like, this became his second home. But it just shows, like, it doesn't matter if you're from here or not. It's just like, where your heart lies. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it was mad love. Like, I saw his video today for God's Plan.
Yeah, it was deep. I seen it too.
And like, I was literally in the math lab. I was watching him. I was doing my homework, and I was looking. And I was like, oh my God! I almost started crying. I was like, cause it just touched you. Like, it's just like, wow. Like, like, I don't know. Like, it just shows like a different picture that usually like a lot of people always have this bad thing to say, like, oh, artists only talk about these certain things. They don't care about other things. Like, what are they doing for me? And it's like in reality, it's like, this man not even from here, and he came here and man donated like $50,000 to Overtown Youth Center, another $25,000 to like different schools. It's crazy, like, and like I have a friend that like even like her boyfriend went to dinner with Drake, like him and the entire basketball team. I was so jealous. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was so jealous.
With damn Drake come by the crib, my mom. I had told my mom about it. My mom was like, shit, Drake need to come over here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't come to FIU. I was so upset. But then again, one of my friends was like, if you had the opportunity to make a video in UM or FIU, what would you pick? And I'm like, that's not even right.
Yeah, like, I mean, we both went to FIU, but even with the football players, we all grew up, UM fans.
Exactly.
Like, majority of us,
I told him, I was like, okay, I can't be mad, but still, like, you could have showed some love. Like, I got some bills to pay. I got some classes to pay. Like, this man giving out like $10,000 stack of money, just giving it to people. Like, it was amazing. It was beautiful. Yeah, I've never seen nothing like that.
I mean, I always felt Drake showed a lot of love, especially for the South. Like, he showed love to Houston, Atlanta. His old boy is from like Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
You know what I'm saying? Memphis, Tennessee. So he always showed homage to the South. And like, to get back to like the local artists, I'm not saying they don't do nothing, because it's a few of them. It's a few of them that does it, but I'm talking about like, one other person that have done that is Pitbull.
Yeah,
for sure. Like Pitbull opened charter schools and stuff like that. But like Drake have done so much
within a short amount of time.
You know, I feel like we have the Pitbulls, we have the Rick Rosses, the DJ Khaled's, the Trick Daddies, the Trinas. Those are the main people
of Miami. When you think about Miami, those are the main artists that come to mind.
Yeah. And some of it is our fault, you know, because the fact that I had a conversation on my last podcast, you know, shout out to Andres. He's an owner of AAO printing. And he also has his clothing line called Most Vows. So we spoke about like how, you know, a lot of Miami artists, you know, a lot of people in Miami, period, like in different industries, we don't really support ourselves unless we are in a circle.
Yeah.
And like you look at other cities, even if you look at New York and LA, you know, especially New York, you know, they may have their beef and stuff, but at the end of the day, they still will work together and stuff like that. And I feel like Miami is like
Bro, Miami, like, I have even, like, friends that tell me that, like, if you look at it as, like, especially, like, with, I guess you would say, like, within the Christian hip-hop area, Miami's not really big on it, but if you go to Houston, huge market. You go to Chicago, huge market. You go to, like, anywhere on the West Coast, huge market. But it's just like Miami has this pride that it's just like we don't want to help each other. We just want to like tear each other down.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's just like, you know, we can all be great too. Like what's the problem of like being great together, like eating together? But then again, it's just like, you know, from movies and just hearing like this type of business, it's just like cutthroat.
It's sad, man. Like, you know, Miami. We was all, like, this whole city was built off of, you know, the immigrants and, you know, of course, the drugs and all that stuff. But time flew by, and, like, we in the time where we have so much, you know, people, you know, especially our age, that's doing so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, now I feel like it's a time of unity. You know, it's a time of unity. It's time to work together. Because I'm like, instead of having the artists come out every 10 years, just have them come out every other year. Like, look at Atlanta. Prime example. They come out with artists, like, every year. 5 every year. Like, I'm like, who is that? He's from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just, it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Time. It's overdue.
Yeah.
Way overdue.
Yeah, so, do you think that it will ever be a time where Christian rap will have their respect down here in Miami? Because times are changing, you know.
Times are changing. Mm-hmm. I honestly feel like there is a very like big like opportunity here, but it's just like getting together with the right people and just like, you know, just putting yourselves out there and not being afraid, like even if people don't agree with what you're saying. And I think like that's the most scariest part because it's just like you see everything that's happening in the world. It's like, you know, a lot of people just getting killed for no reason, and then it's just like some people they're killing you also based on like whatever it is you believe in.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's a very like how would you say, like it's a very touchy subject. Yeah. But I feel like it's something that has to be touched because it's just like, you know, like at the end of the day, like there are people who do believe in God. There are people who are looking for that outlet, and you know they don't have the means to just travel to Atlanta to go to a concert, to Tampa every time. Like, you know, the same way that we bring all these big major artists down to Miami, the arena, or even the Fillmore on the Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we can try to do that more with Christian artists, but at the same time, like, it's also like a business. At the end of the day, like, regardless of what genre you do, it's a business.
Yeah, it's always a business.
If they're not making money from it and they're losing more money from it, they're not going to want to. But I feel like there's opportunity for it to grow. It's just getting connected with the right people.
You know, like you said, like, you know, with the different tragedies, you know, the other day with the shooting, you know, up in Parkland, I actually worked not near there, but probably like 20 minutes from there. But the kids, you know, the day after was asking me like, Coach Mobley, did you see did you hear about it and stuff? I said, yeah. And kids nowadays are more alert. I mean, in our generation, we was alert too, especially what happened with September 11th,
Yep.
when we was all down here and stuff. And I remember like leaving school early, and I was asking my mom what happened, and just seeing the videos. And like, I feel like music is one of the cures. I would say sports and music is the cures because it keeps people outside. It keeps people not thinking about too much of
What's going on outside.
Going on in the world.
Kind of like your escape.
Yeah,
like your outlet to
yeah.
kind of just like zone out.
Yeah, because it's like when I listen to music or when I'm doing music or when I'm watching the sport, I don't want to hear nothing about politics. You know, I want to stay away from what's going on with the different tragedies and stuff like that. I want to stay away from now the stocks going down, because that was another issue the last few weeks. Stocks was going down, or our president, we call him number 45. He ain't my president. You know, talking about the different, you know, immigrants and stuff, but she don't know that this whole country was built by immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's crazy. You know, and like with the different things, you know, going on, you know, with the president, with the shootings, with, you know, everything. Like, what you think? Do you like to get back on the Christian rap, like just the Christian music in general? Do you think that? Because like you said before, like a lot of people always go to God whenever something goes wrong, goes bad. Do you think as a small community of Christian rappers, do you think that is there? I'm trying to see how I ask this. Like, can y'all think y'all can bring like a more of a positive impact if people just give y'all a chance? I
100% believe that we could if people would give us more of the opportunity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, you know, like that's what Christian rap is. It's just like giving the impact that there is hope and it has a name, whether you believe in him or not. Like, he's there. And a lot of people like to look at him, okay, if he's there, why he let this bad stuff happen? It's just like, at the end of the day, we don't know why things happen. He knows why. But at the end of the day, it's all for a reason. And whether it's to bring the nation together in such a way that we've never seen it come together before, or to just like, I don't know, let people know, like, hey, you know, like the end is near. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, like I could be wrong, and you can say like, hey, you know, like there is no God. Like everybody's gonna go to the same place. But what if I'm right? Yeah. And it's just like, you know, like that's just me. So it's like, I think about it as like, if I'm right, I know where I want to go. So it's just like, me personally, as far as like spreading that impact, I feel like if we had more of an opportunity as a majority of these mainstream artists with just that type of platform, I think that it'd be, you know, it'd be like a difference. I'm not going to say maybe a huge 180 difference, but I think we'll start to see a difference within like, you know, just within the kids and just like within just the community, just if they give us an opportunity. And it's kind of crazy that you touched that, because majority of the listeners that I have, and I did like an ad just to see like more or less what's my age range. And it's crazy because I had a very big age range for like kids within like the beginning of middle school towards the middle of high school. And it's just like, the way I look at it is just like, you have that, and then I also had like elementary school. And a lot of people would look at it like, hey, you know, like you're an artist for kids or whatever. And it's like, not even that. It's just, if you look at it, who's the future? The kids. So it's like, you start with the kids first, and you start implementing little things here and there. Like, it does have an effect on the way that they grow as they get older. Obviously, it's a lot harder to get the older crowd because we're old enough to make our own decision, and it's just like, we feel that whatever someone like me would come and say is like, oh, you're judging me, you're like, who are you, whatever. Little kids, they don't think that way. Little kids are just so innocent and so pure. So it's just like, just being able to